What if God were to raise up a movement? What if that torch for a thoughtful, reflective, urgent, egalitarian, globally active, culturally engaged, Jesus-centered evangelical faith got wed with courageous, innovative, bold, risk-taking, entrepreneurial ministry leadership, and the torch of this faith were to burn more brightly in the next generation than it did in the last one? Now, this is real important. People cannot manufacture movements. We cannot manufacture a movement, no matter how badly we want to. We can't. Only God does that. But here's the thing. We're Presbyterians. We practically invented the notion of divine sovereignty. We are experts at the limitations of human finitude and fallenness. A good Presbyterian friend of mine says, no one who believes in total depravity can be all bad. If there is any group that ought to believe that our God can start a movement, it's the people in this room. So let's just dream a while. Let's just dream a while. Not asking how, just what. Imagine God were to launch a movement of Spirit-led, Jesus-centered churches where pastors and leaders took seriously the biblical injunction to become teachers of the nations, so that our world and culture could hear again there is such a thing as moral and spiritual knowledge that can guide human lives. Imagine that the claims of Jesus were to receive a fresh hearing in our day because they were being expressed in thoughtful, winsome, non-churchy, literate ways by Jesus' followers who had wrestled and studied and prayed and sought to follow Jesus with all of their hearts. Imagine that these churches were places where anybody could come, where people who read and had convictions and thoughts about science and culture and evolution and history, people who had doubts, people who suffer, could come and receive. Not glib Christianese formulas and empty cliches and in-house apologetics, not vaguely religious kind of hopeless skepticism, but a clear, confident, humble expression of the wisdom of Jesus for our day. We will give everything we have to realize the redemptive potential that God has set before us. I wonder who here would say, I want to be a servant and a brother and a sister and a fellow soldier in an army of Spirit-breathed compassion that is rolling back a tide of secularism and fear and doubt and cynicism. Because once there was a day when the Holy Spirit fell on a group of people with so much power that old divisions melted away, and ethnic groups and other folks that had always been divided came together and became like family, like brothers and sisters, and people devoted themselves to God and to each other, and masks came off and they got real, and sin got confessed, and the rich gave away their money to help people that didn't have it, and everybody served, and they changed the world. God has done it before. Can God not do it again? Has the Holy Spirit lost his power? Will you devote the rest of your life to be part of such a church?